First intern checked in. Time to log another casualty. Success story.
I'm going to start out today's stream by asking Felly to hug an otter for me. And then I'm going to say, I hope you all enjoy the music. We are running it hotter now. Considerably hotter. Oli, how are you? It is good to see you. Welcome in. Fam, how about we get this show on the road, everybody? Let's do it.
You're watching Damage Industries Corporate TV. Dicked. It's what you get.
This show has been rated I for immaturity, constant innuendos, and complete insanity. We're all adults here. Sort of. There we go. Now we can get to the official intro. Fam, forgive me. I'm a little excited to show you all what we're going to be doing today. A little something that I've been struggling with probably for about the last month to month and a half. And had a massive breakthrough on it. Not to mention, it is going to have a massive effect on everything we do going forward. This is going to be our new branding. Having one of your bad days. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ferret, good to see you. Welcome in, sis. Welcome in. Let me get myself up on camera. That'll be a good place for us to start. Fam, if you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you'll have a little bit of an idea of what we're going to be working on, but I'll give you a little bit of background before we jump over to the art screen and show you what's up. Also, fam, by the way, the second version of the game screen and art screen mock-up has been installed. What you saw me working on not all that long ago. Let me get our music going here too. There we go. What you saw me working on just a couple of days ago, we actually installed that to see what it looks like. That is going to end up getting replaced by the branding that we're working on today. And when you see what we're working on today, you'll probably get why. For sure. No wonder you have zoomies. That's the new one shot? Nice. Fam, by the way, let me know how the mix is with my voice and the music. The music is running hotter. I actually took some time this morning and really dialed it in. I was getting a number of complaints that the music just wasn't hot enough. And a lot of it is how Meld and my soundboard automatically handle certain things. So I went in today and made a few adjustments. You should be able to enjoy a lot more of the music, but still be able to hear me quite clearly. Grether, how are you? Welcome in. Sis, thank you. I'm glad it does. I'm glad it does. Fam, I am really excited to show you. And I'm going to explain it again. I'm going to explain this to you first before I show you. And it's going to be kind of a double-layered surprise. Kind of. But we'll get there. Fam, what I have been wanting to do, when I came back at the beginning of the week, I was talking a lot about how I wanted to do, when I had the time, or I was working on something that I could share with all of you live on screen, I wanted to be able to come on a bit earlier, but not always on camera. Sometimes I need an avatar or otherwise to represent me, and that really got me thinking, what did I want to do or what did I want to use? Because we've already got Stanton. And if I was going to draw a comic version of myself, that's what I would look like. That's what Stanton is really designed for, outside of a couple of minor tweaks. So I would end up looking relatively the same. So I needed something that was still me, but was quite different. Something that when you all come to stream, you know it's not me playing a character. You know it's me back there. Just maybe I'm having a migraine day, or just needed a day off camera where I could really focus, or maybe I'm not feeling the greatest, or again, migraine day where I've got to keep the lights turned down. Like, there could be a number of things, right? And I've been thinking about this whole Bob Ross kick that I've been on for years, quite frankly. I shouldn't even call it a kick anymore. just a huge loving fan of all the things he did and how he did it. Really, really, really great human being and great individual. And thinking about how I want to work to create that vibe. And then I wanted to use this character in a way to shout out to Bob Ross. Especially with everything that's going on right now, where PBS is having to jump through a bunch of hoops to keep shows on the air, things like that. I feel like this was all very appropriate and very appropriately timed. But on top of it all, it still has to be us. Aurora chasing yesterday, we did not. We did not. I had a meeting yesterday, Grethor. We actually got to see the Aurora 2 nights ago, though. We got pictures of it. We could actually look up into the sky right out of our backyard and see the red. But we did get to see it indeed. Oh, man. Oh, the barbecue brisket? Oh, overate it last night. Gotcha. Grethor, gotcha. But we did, yes. We did get to see them. Absolutely. It was really cool. Different kind of Aurora, but really cool. So, fam, let me show you the mock-up. And then surprise number 2 is how far I've actually gotten already. And then, oh, and it brought Little Sis's window up again. I had shut all of that off. Why did it do that? It's even off on my end. Why is it bringing that back up? There we go. Now, if I set this up to do this. Yeah, that's what's doing it. Okay. Now I know what it is. All right, we'll fix that. Noelle, how are you, love? It's good to see you. Welcome in. That's Noelle, and that's about where it's supposed to be, by the way. It shouldn't be drowning me out, but you should be able to hear it nice and clearly. It shouldn't be like music off in the background. And yes, this is the music that I listen to too. This is gonna actually, this whole playlist, and I've got 3 more albums to do yet, including a bunch of B-sides, which I'll have those finished next week. These are gonna all be made available free to all the members. MP3 and waves, just like we've been talking about. You'll be able to download them, play them. You'll have my permission to use them in the back of streams or whatever. You're good to go, fam. But this is how I've been jamming out. So, fam, I give you the chill little tree, which I just am in love with. Now, this is, of course, just the mock-up that you're looking at, not the final. This is how far we are into the final already, including having a lot of the colors dialed in. We're this far already, fam. I basically have to do the trunk. And after that, it's just a little bit of tweaking. I'm going to decide if I'm going to put a reflection on the glass lenses or not. Or if I'm going to actually put little eyes in there. I might have little glowing green pupils in there, just so he can be a little more expressive. So, fam, I think we're going to go ahead and dive right in. I have actually kept up with chat for the most part. It is good to see you all. Thank you all for coming in and joining with us on a Friday morning. This is now part of our regular routine. And just a quick reminder, fam, tonight at 7 p.m., it is our member night. If you want to come in and join us, we're going to be playing just a little bit of golf with your friends. I'm coming in as myself tonight. We're just going to hang out and chill, chat for a little bit. If you have questions on all the changes, all the new stuff we're doing, bring them, fam. But we're going to just hang out and laugh and have a good time tonight. Golf with Friends 1, yes. Yeah, 2 is, Grethor, 2 isn't out yet, I don't think. I think it's supposed to be sometime this month, but I'd have to look to be sure. I can't remember if it's sometime this month. I'm getting some games confused right now. There's a couple that I was looking forward to that were coming out this month, and there were a couple that got pushed back to early 2026. But I can't remember when Golf with Your Friends 2 is going to happen. Let's see if we can't get this trunk going too, fam. We'll see if I can get this basic shape here. That should be the best way for us to do it. Get one there, and we'll get one there. There we go. Now let's switch over to an O2. Yeah, 2 doesn't have a release date announced yet. I know they're working on it, but I'll be interested to see what they do with it. The first one I wasn't a big fan of in the beginning, and it kind of grew on me over time. And we just started having more and more fun with it. I expect 2 to be the same way. Let's see. We're going to clear that out. Let me go ahead and just grab a color for this so that it all lights up properly and I can see where my points are. All right, now I love surprises. Me too. I'm a big fan. Surprise me, baby. Surprise me all night long. I'm right with Stan on that. I know what I just said is going to come back to haunt me at some point. It's okay. I accept this. A lot of these actually got off to truly a good start. Let me get up here a little bit. Actually, if I move this a little bit, maybe just bring this up a touch. Okay, this is going to end up being one of those things where I have to, let me do, you know what? I see what's going on. should help there. There we go. Now we'll just put another rounded one right here, fam, just to bow that out a little bit and give it a little bit more shape. Okay, this one here does need to be sharp. It's gonna stop right there. Ultimately, what I'm gonna try to do, fam, is I want to make the base of the tree, by the time I'm done, look a bit more like paint. This one here also needs a sharp curve as well. There we go. Oh, this wasn't down quite far enough even. There we go. Bring that over there, keep that lined up. And for this one, okay, this one actually, okay, that one's gonna actually need to be sharp. All right, let's get this one in line with where it needs to be. Oh, this one needs to be rounded off. Okay.
Subscription confirmed. HR will overlook your crimes. This time.
And Hoovian, thank you so much for the renewal. 35 months. Much love back to you. Hoovian, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you so much again, love. Happy Friday. How's your day going so far? Doing pretty good. Awesome. Hoovian, you want to see what we're actually working on? I have stream overlays down in the bottom, but that's not 100% accurate. We're actually working on the chill little tree. Whenever I'm on stream but not on camera, this is how it's going to be. And I'm going to use this branding also across the overlays. We're gonna do a series of emotes based on this one. It's gonna be a fun one. Thank you, Hoovian. It's also meant to be a shout out to Bob Ross as well. Hence why the tree leaves look like hair. They're supposed to. This is the mock-up, by the way, for the most part, but I already have most of him done. I'll show you here just real quick. Let me get rid of that mock-up. We're working on the trunk right now, but right down to the colors even. Colors and lines and all that, both down here in this shadow and up here. The trunk is the last thing we've got to work on. Then I can work on the animations, which actually are not going to be difficult. Really cool design, but also a really simple one. I have a couple of design things that I need to work out real quick. I'm going to decide if I'm going to actually put the pupils in the glasses or if I'm going to just make the glass look reflective on the lenses. But for the most part, turned out to be a really great design. Just got to get, like I said, get the lines on there and get the trunk finished. I'm really stoked. Thank you, Purple Toey. And Purple Toey, it's good to see you. Welcome in. I've got to change the fam. Let me do that right now. That cannot stand, as they say. I just looked over, fam, and saw the schedule command and realized how wrong it actually is. Oh no. It actually wasn't too far off. Okay. I'll fix that in a second. But it did still have the Friday times in there too. There we go, fam. I just refreshed the bot too, so it should pop up and say Lumia Stream is always watching. Zoe, I hope you're having a great Friday so far. Welcome in again. Fam, this is our regular schedule now. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Creative Free Flow from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. Those are the guaranteed times. There's a good chance we will be doing some additional stream times as well. We have a lot of artwork to do. A lot of things I could be on stream to work on. So depending on how my schedule goes, we might start earlier. And when we do, we'll let you know right through the Discord. All right. So, okay, that's what threw that sideways. So let's get this back up. We'll get the rest of these dialed in. I'm going to actually flip-flop that real quick so I can see what I'm doing. We'll get one of those in the middle. We'll smooth that right out. Actually, this one, I'm going to leave that up there like that. These curves here are going to be particularly important because everything else I go to do is going to rest inside this. So I want to make sure that I keep these proportions in a good spot. We'll get that there. Get that to swoop out a bit. That's all good in there. Okay, that's all good. This needs to come way back though. probably needs just this to pull it all right in. Almost. Okay, let's see what happens when I remove. Okay, nice. We are now getting there. So, with this, just like I have been doing with everything else, let's go ahead and get a outline on that. All right. And the next thing we're going to work on is getting the colors in there. And I think what I'm going to end up doing here, we're going to just duplicate this because we need a little bit more of a shadow underneath. And that should help us out with all that. And basically giving, where's the, oh, the ellipse is all the way up there. That's why. There we go. Okay. Now I just have to do a couple of duplicate shapes and flip and copy them. That'll be a little bit easier to do. Okay. For these, we'll probably end up using, yeah, those are going to be triangles. There we go. Then what we're going to do is we're going to switch the color around. These are just placeholder colors for the moment. Very pretty placeholder colors, but they're still placeholder colors. We'll get that out of there. And we're going to take that and completely flip it around. Get ourselves in generally the right starting position, about the right starting width, because that just makes life easier. And the rest, we'll just have to convert this to curves by hitting that button up there. And then we'll just have to put our swishes in, basically. me move down here a little bit. Let's make sure we get this right on point here. That's what I'm trying to get a hold of. Wanted to make sure that was in the right spot first. And now I can slide these over here. And then those two should move up just a touch bigger. Okay. So we're going to have to move those up into there. Okay. Then I've got to find a way to get to the inside of all this here too. So I'm going to go ahead and create that other curve because this one I'll be able to duplicate and just copy over. So again, we're going to grab our pen. Make sure we are on smart mode because that just makes life easier. All right, let's get the rest of our... oh, didn't mean to do that, though. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. We'll just have to convert that one to... okay, 1, 2. We want one more here. We want one there. And then we want to connect that one. Okay, let's try this again now that I'm on the right tools and on the right page. See if we can get a big sweep out of this. This one pretty much comes to a point. That one does too. And actually, so does that one. So all of these will have to be sharp, but I'm going to have to bring this down here too. Now, so we can get our rounded parts in there, we'll put a curve right in the middle of that line. Okay. Let's see how these two are now fitting together. We'll go ahead and take that out of there. Not too bad. Have to adjust some points here, but nothing too terrible. Bring that down to there. And then we're going to need to put a smooth curve in there, just to help make those corners meet like that. There we go. Okay. Now life gets a little bit easier because this one, I'm just going to grab that, run up here to arrange, and I'm going to go ahead and just flip that layer horizontally. And it should pretty much match up with this one over here too. I'll have some minor adjustments to make. But nothing too terrible. I'm going to turn that snapping off too. I think the best way to go is going to be to match that corner right up there. Yep, that'll be great. And then I can match up the rest of the points, adjusting them one at a time. The nice thing with when you're dealing with bigger files too, fam, or bigger image sizes, that when you go to reshape a few things, if things are off by like a pixel or two or something like that, it's really not a big deal. You can work with a pixel or two. When the image is 11,000 pixels across anyway. Alfie! I am sorry, love. I didn't see your message come through earlier. And I'm sorry you're home with stomach issues. Alfie, remember the happy little tree I was talking to you about last night? The whole idea is kind of taking on a life of its own. Let me introduce you to my stream avatar. Instead of a happy little tree, we're going to have a chill little tree. But when you see him up on screen, it means I'm here. But I just couldn't be on camera. Sometimes I'll do it admittedly just for the fun of it. Sometimes I'll do it because, if it's a migraine day or something like that, Or if I want to do an especially long day and hang with everybody and do artwork on stream, I might not want to be on camera the entire time. So I can mix it up a little bit. And I really thought about this. I pained over this, Elfie. I was talking about this earlier because we already have Stanton. So when it comes to making a character that looks like me in my art style, I've already got one. Stanton and I would end up looking very close together. Maybe different clothes, different glasses. That's right, Kira. That's right. No treeman off this tree. By the way, when we get to the animation portion of this, I even worked with the AI a little bit to learn some new techniques because I wanted for such a small tree to have such a bassy voice. I wanted to make sure the animation reflected that. Not to mention the fact we don't have eyebrows on this character. That's part of what's making them a little bit quicker. I also made them a little bit simpler because I want to be able to do emotes with them too. That is very much a part of this plan. Emotes and the overlay that I have been struggling with will be based on this as well. I'm going to use a similar art style so that we can have the tree integrated. And right now where you see Arya down in the corner and all that, I'm going to replace it with this little guy. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That would be a very big bushy eyebrow though. Elfie, I see your comment, but that's a really big bushy eyebrow. Like somebody needs to go for a wax or something, because all right, let's get our other let me get my other character line in here real quick. We'll duplicate that. And then I can just take this layer, arrange it to flip it horizontally so it's facing the other way. And now we'll get one of those up in here too. And this one doesn't matter as much. This one will actually rest up underneath. I do want to get the snapping on though, so I can line that all up. And I'll probably need to do, if I remember right, I need to do that one a little bit shorter too. Because this side was angled just a little bit differently, if I remember right. Yes, it was. Okay. So I need to skinny that up a bit and make sure we get that in the right spot. Easy enough. Nothing wrong with bushy. Now, no. And what else needs to be said, Elfie? Oh, man. There we go. Shadow, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome. I'm going to actually take... Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Let's leave that there for now. And I'm going to bring that up to here. This one I'm going to delete. We'll straighten out the other curves here in a minute. See if we can round that off a little bit. Oops. I hate it when I do that. There we go. Let's see if we can adjust this accordingly. And we'll have this one here. There we go. All right. No Baja Gold for you and no thrashed apple for me. Life sucks. Indeed. Jaron, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome in. Hope all is good with you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are working on our chill little tree. Whenever you come here, Jaron, and you see this little guy on screen, it means I'm here. Just not able to be on camera. Sometimes I'll do it for the fun of it. Sometimes I'll do it because of a necessity. Like I was talking about this before, like when I have migraines or something like that and I can't have the lights on, but I can still stream. But Jared, I hope all is good with you. I hope you are having an amazing Friday. Welcome in again. Welcome to the chill. We've actually dialed the music up a bit, fam, by the way. For your listening pleasure. You should be able to hear me clearly over top of it. If not, fam, let me know. I think it's funny that neither of the flavors mentioned in my high. I know. Jared, it's about the memory, though. When I redo the member hellos and all that, it'll all be in a different style. And then I'll still leave that command live for you, by the way. It'll just hit the Hall of Fame at that point. So you can use your new hello or you can use your old one if you want to.
I'm almost impressed.
Almost impressed, indeed. Indeed. But wow, fam, we are we actually, well, we're almost done. We got to do something with the glasses. That was the original mock-up, fam. Right there. And there's our close to final. One thing you know what I need to do yet? Okay. There's another shadow we need. There's another shadow we need. We need to do a couple of things with the glasses. And there we're going to need, the glasses we're going to need to experiment a little bit. So we'll do that. For this one, though, this one here, we're going to get rid of the outline. We're going to change the inside of it to black. And then we're going to start shrinking this ellipse down. Because what we're going to do, fam, is we're going to actually turn this into a basic shadow around the base of the tree. But the first thing I'm going to do to make my life infinitely easier is I'm going to get this circle all the way out and around like this, where it's around the outside edges. So then all I have to do is a little bit of work on the inside here with the notes. So what I'll do is I'll turn that into curves so I can do with it whatever I need to. And then we're going to get to work. Light and shadow. Yes. Yes, Elfie. Light and shadow. Light and shadow. Don't forget, light and shadow. It's all about light and shadow. A little bit of light, a little bit of shadow. Fam, Elfie and I we were joking about this last night during the meeting. There was one episode of Bob Ross that I watched recently. Now, Bob always goes on about light and shadow. Okay? A lot. He did it a lot. And there was good reason he tried to drill that into people, because it's one of the most key basic things about art you need to understand. And you can go far just with those concepts. But this episode, like 50 times, like it gets to the point where it's like, okay, light and shadow, Bob, we got you. Oh man, back to Lurkland. Try to pop in when I can. All right, Jared. And yes, everyone needs an extra shadow now and then. I agree. All right, fam, here's what we're going to do, by the way. We have ads coming up on Twitch in about 3 minutes anyway. I'm going to take this as an opportunity to take a really quick break and step away. So what we'll do, fam, is we'll run ads. I'm going to step away myself, stretch my legs, grab a little bit more to drink. When the ads are done, we will come back and we're going to see if we can't finish our chill little tree. Everybody, please don't go away. All right, fam. Let's see if we can't fix up some of this shadow here. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. Glad to myself here. We are working on our chill little tree and making massive amounts of progress today. And it keeps wanting to bring that up. All right, let me fix this. There we go. Have to go in and look at a command and see what was actually causing that problem. Okay. We'll convert that to curves, and then hopefully we're not going to have too much here we're going to have to mess with. Probably going to be as simple as, yeah. Adding one of those and then just letting the shadow kind of wrap around that trunk like that. There we go. Very nice. Okay. Now with the colors. Actually, I think we're going to make those sunglasses a bit darker too. I don't know if I'll go full black on these, but let's see. I think it's good to give that just a little bit of that blue still in there. And then what we'll do is we'll switch over to the hex. We're just going to copy and paste that right in there. There we go. All right. Wanted to get that taken care of before I got the trunk and otherwise taken care of. I'm wondering if the couple of these curves need to be no, because they pretty much match up with that. Okay. Nope, we're good there. Now it's time to see if we're going to put the pupils in the glasses or if we're just going to have reflective. And I might actually even split the difference and just have them slowly or just showing through the glasses a little bit, like they're glowing, but we'll see. Let's get our ellipses first. And the first thing I want to do is actually make that color our green. That's all I really wanted was just that code. There we go. Paste that code in there. In some ways it does make him look friendlier when I put those pupils in there. Let me back down the opacity a little bit so it looks like it's shining more through. We'll just start with that and see. What do you think, fam? Any opinions out there for those of you that are able to take a look at the screen real quick? Should we go with the pupils or should I just maybe go with a reflection? I actually like the pupils, but wondering what everybody else is thinking. Sis's vote is thumbs up. Ferret's vote is reflections. Hoovian's vote is reflection. We'll try a little bit of both. Doing a reflection will be relatively easy. So we'll try a little bit of both. Let me go ahead. I actually had originally built reflections in. So let me take the pupils out first. Because I think, yeah, I had just gone with a simple diagonal on that. Okay. So let's do that real quick. We will. Trapezoid will be the best tool to use for this. Then what we'll do I thought I'd be able to shape these a little bit differently, but that's okay. Not a problem. Let me get my general proportion and angle right here too. Okay, and we'll also back the opacity down in this a bit. And try just taking it down to 50 right off the bat. Fam, I agree. Reflections. Take a look. The reflections look much better and much more on character. I thought it would be neat to kind of have that digital eye look coming through, but no. The reflections are better, fam. Yeah. I posted some pics of the aquarium trip. Oh, fairly nice. We'll check them out later. But yeah, Kira, you agree too? Yeah. And sis, that's what you saw? It's always good to do comparisons, fam. I have to straighten out these reflections a little bit and make them a bit more even, but we can do that. Not a problem. But yeah, the reflections are better. I'll probably change the color of the reflections too, because we've got a lot of green together right there, so we'll see. But let's get these squared away first. And we're going to have it widen out just a little bit when it gets to the bottom, fam. And now I'll delete the other polyline that I made. And we'll duplicate that. Actually, do I have the magnet on? Now I do. Okay, we do need to shrink them down though. So we'll do a little bit of that, but also to help keep it all in line, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to bring this more up in line with that, so it matches the top line of the glasses a bit more. We'll go ahead and drop another rounded point in there and let it follow the curve of the glasses just slightly. Not by much. We'll shorten that up a little bit more. And now I can drop a rounded one on here. And again, we're going to just follow that curve just a little bit. Interesting that that wants to affect that like that, though. Not happy with these, but I might have an idea. When I'm that unhappy with something like this, usually it means I gotta approach it a different way. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. Let's get this one smoothed out. It's a little trick I learned with Stanton's glasses, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Let's get that out of there. This one here. Now the trick here is going to be to generally try to get, oh, I see what happened there. Once we get things at just about the right spot, I got to bring that back too. I had some very unwieldy curves in here. We're going to see what we can do to fix some of this. And then for this curve here, that corner, I'm going to see if I can spell that out a bit more. Keep that a bit smoother. Let's bring that down a bit more. And bring that wheel up. All right, so now I have one of one and one of the other, which was the idea. And what that's going to allow me to do is bring that over there. Forgive me, fam. Wanted to do something a little bit more than just getting a couple of lines in there. So we'll work on that. Back to Corelli Child Felly Gotcha. It is a very chill little tree. Oh, Kira, thank you for answering that, by the way. I appreciate it. With these colors, sis, I'm going to have fun with this. There's a reason why everything here is right on branding. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to... this is going to become the new, basically the new logo for us. I'm going to hang on to the other Standard Damage logo, the one that you're all used to, for when we get more into the lore with what goes on in the Rift. And that'll play out more there. It will all come together, but I've been wanting to do something that is more fitting now than the logo that we've been using all this time, the one that I actually commissioned. I feel like this is going to be very us. And then we can bring the other stuff back in with the Rift lore. It's going to be a lot of fun. If I could get a tree mug, Kira, yes. Yes. Indeed. Get in here a little bit. It's making it hard to grab these. There we go. I like those as reflections, fam. What do you all think, though? Opinions are open. I've got to straighten them out a little bit yet, but I think I like those reflections better than I like just the straight lines coming across. I'll probably move them in a little bit more, so you see a little bit more of the black of the sunglasses around there, but Dad Sandman was asking about me last night. Ferret, how is Dad doing? I haven't had a chance to talk to Dad in a long time. Is he still doing good? This is love. This is the chill little tree. I finally figured out how I want to portray myself on stream when it's Jamie. Like I'm having a migraine day or something like that. Rather than sitting here with the lights down, let's have a happy little tree up there. And I'm gonna run this into all of the branding love. This all just kind of came together for me this morning. I've been working on this one on and off now for probably about a month, trying to decide what I want to do as an avatar and all that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Kira, you like it better than the other version too? All right. Very cool. This was a little reflection trick that I learned with Stanton when I was working on the second version of Stanton. Allows you to see the full sunglasses and still get the attitude without losing the reflection and all that. Like I said, I'm going to move this in probably a little bit, but nothing too bad. Just want to try and line these up a little bit. And I'm still not sure, fam, by the way, about the color of the bark and the face. I'll work that out in a little bit. All of this other stuff, the hair and all that, is all right on brand. Glasses are right on brand. And I am going to be going back to wearing the green glasses on stream, fam. So I want to have our chill little tree match what I'm going to be wearing. So and he fell in the Coliseum, but he's doing great now. Oh, good. He broke his hip. Ouch. I'm glad to hear he's doing better now. That stuff gets serious. Oh, man. Ooh, yeah. Kira. That's great. Yeah, I'm going to step away and stretch my limbs. Now, the other question I'm going to have, fam, too, is if I'm going to leave, because we've got so much of this blue and all that around, I think I'm going to change this actually to a blue. I think the blue would be more fitting, but let's find out. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll take that blue and we will brighten it up a little. Actually, I did that the wrong way. I wanted to switch this over to HSL. Let's lighten this up a bit. Actually, that's getting too light. It's also, this is weird. Okay, there's the blue. Let me see. How far? Oh, opacity was 50%. I'll just turn the opacity up. It actually looks like we're fairly close there, but it just seems a little bit off. There we go. I wanted to make sure that that followed that curve pretty much exactly. I'm going to grab the color code off of this real quick. Let's get back to our hex. We'll grab that. Shani, how are you? Welcome in. It's good to see you. Have you seen our chill little tree yet? Okay, now with this one, we're going to drop the same color in. And I think I took the opacity back up to 65% on the other side as well. Now what we'll do is I'm going to just back out here a little bit. We'll try to make that relatively the same. May I talk about something super exciting? Yes, absolutely, Shani. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yes, this is our chill little tree. I'll show you. Have a couple of colors and all that I'm still dialing in, but just finished him up today. This is basically going to end up being our mascot for Creative Free Flow. Whenever you come to stream and see him up where the camera would usually be, know that I'm here. I just couldn't be on camera for some reason. So like when my migraines get real bad, like that kind of thing, now I'll have him up while I'm here. So instead of watching me like draw in the dark or something like that, now we have something bright and colorful and fun for everybody to be able to keep an eye on. So, yeah. And what is your news, Shani? Do tell. I like how the right side turned out a little bit better, fam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually thicken this one back up a little bit, like we did with the other one. And we're going to have this not bend quite so much. See if that brings it a bit more. I think what I'm going to do instead of continue to make my life hard, I'm going to delete that other curve out of there. And I'll just bring this one right over. First thing we'll do is line it up, and then we'll shape it to the glasses a little bit. Because we can pretty easily do that. Then we'll switch this over. Okay. You have a 1/6 chance of winning a vacation in Cancun. My message is the same as Kira's. Good luck. That's awesome. So it's down to you and 5 other people? Very cool. Very, very cool. When do you actually find out, Shani? Carrie Ann's unsolicited doc pics. Get your wood wet. There we go. Are you home yet, love? Or are you on your way? My phone is acting weird. Hold on. I'll let you know when I get back. All right. Sounds good. Welcome home, love. Okay, back. What did I say? All I did was ask when you were going to find out if you won or not. Yeah, I think this is going to work. Yeah. I like that darker blue on that too, fam. Gives it a little bit, because the glasses are already bright enough. Gives it a little bit of shading without overdoing it, especially with all that blue right in the middle with the hair and the leaves and all that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. December. Well, again, good luck, Shetty. So just a month away then. Very awesome. All right. So we have our shadows. We have our shading done. Lenses and all that are ready to go. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to add into this before we start animating, but I don't think so, fam. I'm having trouble believing that we're done already, but we're done already. In terms of the basic animation. Now we get to the fun stuff. Now we get to animate it. Now we get to do emotes. Now we get to do the overlays. I love how this came together. I love how this came together. Fam, by the way, as I've been getting faster with this, I know what it was. The bark. We want to check the bark, the color of the bark, to see if we want to adjust that. So we'll do that. Fam, I had somebody ask me, like they feel really intimidated. A lot of the stuff you see me do on stream with like the handles, where we're bending and adjusting and working with curves and all that craziness. And I had somebody ask me how you get past your fear of that. Here's what you do first. The first thing you do, fam, is don't even worry about curves and handles and all of that. Work with the basic shapes. Is your art going to be everything you want it to be doing that? Of course not. Of course not. If you saw me way back when I was doing the early versions of the characters, like the first round when I did Richard and like the first Richard and Granny and Stanton and all that, that was all basic shapes. That's what that was. That's why my characters and all that now look so different. I couldn't have done this 6, 8, 10, 12 months ago. Not even close. But it just comes with time and with practice, loves. Everything you do artistically, well, basically everything you do. If you want to be a maestro, be prepared to put in your 10,000 hours. And over time, you get better and better with it. And over time, it gets easier and easier. And that's exactly what's happening here. But I just love this as a whole overall look, too. Okay. Let's experiment a little bit with the color of the bark. I want to get that set first before I do any other shading or gradients on the bark itself. Okay. We do want to stay in a general purple range. All of this stuff can be easily adjusted if need be. What I think I'm going to do... Oh! Slight difference, fam, but take a look. All right, I got to copy this code, too. Let me get this code. Fam, look at the difference between the face, like the glowiness of the face and how well it works with the other colors, versus the trunk. The face is much better. It was just a slight dial in. It's almost the same color. And this is the stuff that always blows me away. Like, it's almost the same color, but it makes all the difference in the world. So I'm going to do the same thing with the trunk, and then I'm going to figure out how to handle the shading on the trunk too. So let's get that taken care of. And then, yeah, this is going to have to be bolder down here. Excuse me, fam. And I think the trick is, and it looks like it's going to be the case, just taking the shading, not making it quite black, just a very dark version of that purple I was using. Let's see if we can't get these all in here. Oh, yeah. There we go. Now, fam, I have one final question, because I've got some playroom here and a couple of tricks up my sleeve. Is that tree looking a little too toad-like in the smile? I wonder if I should use my usual curves over there. And maybe I should. I think this is going to be a case of try it and see if we like it. If not, I can always put those right back where they were. Not a big problem. Your princess is in another forest, yeah? Exactly, Kira. Exactly. But what I'll do is I'm going to take these two crescents and we'll just duplicate them real quick. I'll take those two out. And then these ones here, I just have to adjust the other curve back. This is going to be a maybe. I can tell that already. Actually, it's already ruining the no, because that's going to throw off the roundness. No, let me follow all the way through on this first. I shouldn't be prejudging this just yet. That reminds me, I can take the pupils out now. I know we're not going to use those anymore. And I can take that extra reflection out too. Okay. Where is my other crescent? There it is. Okay, this one, negative 33. Make sure these match. No, that's gonna just, yeah, that throws the look off. That throws the look off. Although I do have one more thing I want to try. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one here. This one I'm gonna spin around. Maybe it doesn't need, maybe it just needs a little bit under the mouth like that. Maybe it doesn't need those extra cheek lines at all. Let me see. I actually kind of like that. Fam, if there's anybody able to look at the screen and you want to give an opinion, please do. Same mouth. Ended up going with the same mouth. The only thing different is I just put a little bit of chin underneath. I think that finishes it though. Just that little bit right there takes the toad element out of there for me. I want somebody, when people come to the stream, I want them to understand that they're going to get a cool, chill art experience with my bassy voice. Not Toad coming out on the screen going,
Hey, everybody, you want to go ahead? We're going to paint a happy little tree.
It did, Kira. You know what it did, Kira, honestly? It matured the look a little bit. You never know what a line or two is going to do. This is a lesson I have been learning over and over again as I've been doing this. The difference a line or two can make. And it's always worth trying it. It's always worth experimenting a little bit. Even if you're just using the basic shapes to start. Oh, yeah. Let me get on that real quick, by the way, fam. I want to straighten that out completely. There we go. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that we're on, yeah. There we go. Now, the only other thing I want to check out, I had done some shading in the mock-up that I want to make sure I don't want to copy over. By the way, fam, those of you that didn't see the first mock-up, There's our original. Here's how it actually turned out. Now I could, okay, this was what I wanted to remind myself of. I could, now that I've got the colors established, I can gradient up the face a little bit and up the trunk without doing any real damage. So let's see what we got going on there. Oh, if I go to do that, okay, I might have to do this a little different way. Let's see. Because of how I have to spin the gradients and all that on these, sometimes life gets a little bit tricky. All right, so how did I do? Oh, okay, we had that going on there. Do I need to... Interesting little conundrum I've got going on here. One thing at a time. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to start with this as the light base. And then we can move up the gradient into where it would be a touch darker. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it this way. We'll just copy the code right over so that we match the colors. And then all we got to do is up at the top. Make that top part a little bit, yeah, just make it a little bit darker up there. So I'll switch over to my HSL sliders. Oh. Oh, that's what was going on. Okay. What this does, fam, is this allows just a little bit of shading around like the glasses and all that. So where you'd normally have a little bit of shading like around the hair and all that, that little bit of a shadow, that's what that does. And it gives the image just a little bit of depth. It doesn't take much, just a little bit of depth though. Let me see, how do I get rid of, oh, I know what I've got to do. There it is. Okay. Now I'm going to end up doing the same exact thing. I'm going to pretty much copy that same gradient. But this time we're going to be going up this curve. And for this one, oh, I never thickened up the trunk either. All right, so we got to take care of that too. Easy enough. We're just going to duplicate that layer. And then on the second curve, the top curve, okay, there's already no outline, so that's excellent. All right, so I'll take that outline out. And then what I can do is I can do that gradient again. Leave that dark up there, and then for this one, I'm going to grab the lightest part, which was actually on the face, was down by the chin. There we go. Now that we have all of that set, thank you, love. Very excited for dinner. Okay. I'll probably now need to darken up that area there again just a little bit because of that gradient, but nothing too terrible. Yeah, this time we'll have it be a little bit brighter there. Where it gets darker, I'm going to have it go a little bit darker underneath that chin, though. There we go. And then for these, yeah, just got to go with a little bit of a darker shade of that purple, which it's almost black by this point, but that's okay. That slightly off purple gives it just a certain look. And we'll get all these in here. Okay, last thing I've got to do is thicken up the lines around the outside of that trunk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the two that I used to already make that trunk with. I'm going to group them together. Once they're grouped together, I can add an additional outline to it, because then it becomes its own layer, so it'll put an outline on top of the outline. So if you're trying to do an outline thicker than 100 pixels, which is where the max is, this is how you do it. We'll go ahead and hit up that outline. It's already at 100% opacity. It is on the outside. That's where I want it to be. And now we're getting lines that are the proper thickness. Which is excellent. Okay. So now, let me get in here real quick and make sure that that adjustment didn't throw off what we were trying to do down here. It did not, actually. Well, maybe slightly. That's that one down there. Okay. We'll have to get that addressed in a minute. All right, fam. Let me get up to the big screen here real quick. Ads are looming. They're going to start in about 40 seconds here on Twitch. So we're going to do what we always do. We're going to go ahead, let the ads run. I'm going to step away myself, and that way, if you get caught up in ads, you're not going to miss any of the fun of the stream. We'll let the ads run. When the ads are done, we are going to come back. We're going to finish up the shadow on the bottom of this tree, save it, and then let's see what we can't do for some animation here. So everybody, please don't go away. All right, fam, bear with me. I will be back up on screen here in just a moment. There we go. All right, fam. Gonna get myself back up on screen here. Let me straighten out my camera here too. Now that I have moved to a sitting position. I was gonna say, new buttons. Where did I move my camera to? There we go. There we go. Much better. All right, fam. Get myself back up on screen and let's take a look at what we've got going on here. I do have a little bit of an issue here I've got to fix that I discovered, but it's minor. Yeah, that's just because that thickness is coming out of there like that. Let's see, is it wrapping around? It's doing the same thing both places. Okay. So what I probably need to do and I make that just a touch wider. We'll do the same thing over here just to help match some of that up a bit. Let's take another look at it here. Okay, on this side, we probably need to open that up a bit more. And open that up a bit more. Just need to make that ground shadow a little bit bigger than the outline for the tree itself. Okay, so looks like I had a little spot down here where I had a small miss with that shadow. We'll fix that real quick. Easy to address. There we go. There we go. Shading is complete. We got our happy little tree. Oh, and I didn't bring my coffee and my drinks up with me. Silly me. All right. Fam, hold up 1 second. Hold up 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and jump back out to the art screen so you all can see what's up. I'm going to leave this pretty picture right here for you all to look at. I've got to run downstairs and grab my coffee, fam. I'll be right back. I'm not even going to run an ad or anything. I'll be right back. There we go, fam. There we go. Husband brain, yes, indeed. Husband brain, yes, indeed. All right, fam, I'm going to get myself right back up on screen. Sorry about that. Let's get ourselves out to our art screen. Just want to give this one last look over and make sure, you know what I should do? This is where we get to have fun and experiment a little bit. I'm going to add in another layer. Just going to right click right in here. Add in a new pixel layer. Going to slide that all the way to the bottom. Going to go ahead and grab our flood fill. And let's see if we can't get a nice promo shot background gradient for ourselves, shall we? Down at the bottom is where we're going to go with the dark purple. Just to give it that little bit of a glow. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go actually all the way up. I'm going to replace that black. Let's get into a true yellow there. And then in the middle of that, let's go ahead and drop a nice orange, which will help bring some of that together a little bit more. That's what I wanted, that dusk glow. I'm going to adjust the gradients a little bit, but there we go, fam. How's that going to be for a promo shot for social media? Ah, yes. Fam, for those of you that haven't noticed, by the way, the bot now pops up random art quotes. All art requires courage. It's one of my favorite quotes. Along the lines of what we were just talking about a couple of days ago, actually. So what I'll do is I'm going to save that first. There we go. All right. Next thing we're going to need to work on is we're going to have to work on some animations. But the cool thing with working on animations with this is that we're also going to be working on our emotes at the same time. And see what else we get. I love how that gradient looks behind the tree, though. That 80s sunset gradient right there. All right. So now that we have that done, let me go ahead and take that background out of there. We're going to go ahead and save it again. And now I can start to pull out all of the mock-ups for the different expressions. And I'm going to actually layer that in. Oh, you know what I need to do first, Fab? Hang on. We'll get that all layered into here. But I got to make sure that I have each one of these completely set. I'm just labeling all of these real quick, fam, as you've heard me say a million times over. Make sure you label everything. Whenever you have to come back to the file, and this one we're going to have to come back to a lot, but whenever you come back to a file, having everything labeled, oh my gosh, the difference it makes. Okay, leaves inside should be above that. Glasses should be above everything else. We'll move the mouth down there where it belongs. These two curves right here are actually for the glasses. Make sure we label those properly. Okay, now that we have everything labeled, now we can start to play with some animation. First thing I want to do, though, is get our little guy talking. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to work on giving his talking a little bit of weight. So let me get this file opened real quick. This is more about for reference than anything else, but all right. So it looks like it's going to be my standard corner cheeks, half circle. Not too bad. What I'm going to do, because there was a specific angle I wanted on that mouth, is I'm going to grab this. There's our segment tool. I'll go with the crescent instead. That's better. Much better. Okay. Okay, we'll get the inside of the mouth dark there, and then I'm going to need to turn this into curve so I can get this exactly where I want it to be. Okay. This should actually be the only thing I need to switch around. Okay, I'm going to put that one in there. Just going to duplicate the mouth I already had. We'll copy this. And then what I can do is I can take it into the copy, which actually I'm going to take the second mouth out for the time being because that's our original mouth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and replace it with that curve there. Okay. Interesting that... Oh, I see. We'll take that one out. I wonder why it's not showing this other one, though. Trying to think of why. Opacity is fine. It should be the right color to be able to be seen. So what are we not? If I bring it up another layer, does it show up? No. It's so weird. It's acting like it doesn't even see it. Where? Oh, I see what I did. Because this image is so much bigger than the other one was. It was pasting it. It was just so tiny we couldn't see it. Okay. That will make life easier. All right, let me see. Okay, so what I've got to do, put it back where it originally was. There we go. Now it'll stay in proportion. That's what I needed. Okay, where's my little crescent for underneath? Now I might just stretch that out a little bit. All right. These are some basics, fam. There's a couple of things I'm going to look up animation-wise, but in the meantime, I'm going to get the mouths done. So we can at least get a good starting point here. There we go. Now we got a mouth and a talking mouth. So the next thing we're going to do And fam, I'm going to just keep layering these animations right in here. No, I don't know. I don't need to save the mock-up. Oh, there's a little something I forgot to put in there. I'll take care of that right now. Okay. Let's get his tongue in there. I forgot about that. These are always easy, fam. Just get them in a color that you can actually see what you're doing. I'll usually just start right out with a red. I'll actually get that on top of that curve too so we can see it. Give that just a slight tilt. And fam, again, the idea is just create almost like a disc, whatever color you're going to have make the tongue. And just make sure it generally stays about the same width through here. That's all you've really got to remember to do. Oops, we get rid of that. Because we've got thicker lines, I'm going to go ahead and move that up a little bit. Another little trick you can employ also, fam. Use opacity to bring it down just a little bit. Cut the opacity down, maybe 25%. Gives it a little bit of extra shade like it's actually inside the mouth. Last thing I want to do here, though, since we have this happy little purple tree, I want to make sure that the tongue's color reflects that as well. See, I'm not sure. Do we go with, I'm going to try the green tongue. Because that might actually work. Give us a little bit of extra green accent there. I actually like that. Normally, I wouldn't say let's do a green tongue, but this time around, it actually works. Because of all the purple and pink and everything that's around there, and it's a little bit more subdued, I think that'll do it. You have an idea, we'll talk. All right. What, you want to give Hardy a rainbow glow up? You mean you're Hardy? Or the version of Hardy that I did? I'm assuming you mean yours, right? And yeah, there's a lot of fun things we can do there. Hardy's a fun character, so. All right, let me go ahead and save this one, fam. Okay. We have now taken care of mouth number 2. So the next one we're going to need, I thought I had opened up the other one, but I guess not. Okay, the next two I'm going to do are nonplussed and focused talk. Because seeing the happy little tree with a nonplussed expression on its face, yeah. And easy to do, too. Now we're getting to the cool stuff. Okay, we're going to duplicate the mouth again. And then for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just copy this mouth. From down here, we'll copy that curve. We'll get rid of that curve right there, right? Oh. I set this up so that, okay. Okay, the curve is fine. The ellipse will have to be on top of all that, though. Not a big problem, though. All right, now I need to, let me get that line. Grab that curve again. Now we'll get rid of that talking mouth. Actually, for this one, we just take that out of there. Convert those two. Okay, let me get into the navigator real quick. We'll make sure that we don't have, or the transform, I mean. Make sure everything is set to 0. I'm going to see if I even need those. Mouth sides here, I may not. We'll get that set. There we go. I'm wondering if I should just get rid of the mouth corners, which was a good idea, but I need to stretch this out a bit. Okay, do I get rid of the little crescent underneath too? I think, yeah, right there is going to be a good spot for neutral or nonplussed. All right. And we do not, with this one, there's a lot of the extra stuff that we don't need. I am going to try one more thing with this crescent, though. Looks like a straight mustache with a little mouth underneath it. It's just not going to work, which is fine. The expression carries. Oh, the expression carries just fine with without the extra lines on this one. Even when we did the mock-up, we had a little trouble with that. Okay. So there's nonplussed. And then we've got focused and focused talk. Okay. So for this one, because we used a bit more of a rounded design, I'm going to go ahead and grab my segment tool here, because that'll pretty closely represent that. Get ourselves in just about the right spot. Thin those down so that we don't have to work around the curves as much. And then just make that a little bit taller. That shape's pretty close already. Now I can just convert this to curves. All of these we are going to want rounded this time, which is fine. Okay, I want to get these right down at those rounded corners because that will make life easier. These ones we want to have over here, but they don't need to arc out so far. Not even close. This we can bring down inside just a touch. This we'll just have to drop a rounded one in the middle. second. We'll get this one out. There we go. All right. Then we're going to use another segment. We're going to do the same thing for the tongue. We actually want to get that at 50. Oh, not what we're trying to do. We'll get that segment stretched out. This one's almost a perfect half circle, so that's going to make it easier. All right. We're going to copy these two, bring them back over into our main document. Going to drop those two in and then get rid of the nonplussed mouth for right now. Interesting that it doesn't want to show those segments though. Oh, I see what's going on. We're running into the same problem again. We'll fix that. And we're going to do the same things here. What is this thing trying to do? Wait a minute. Didn't copy the code is what it did. Okay. There we go. That should take care of the tongue, which actually needs to be on top of that segment. Oh, I see what it did. It didn't grab both layers. All right. That's okay. We can fix that. Okay, and I just want to check and make sure. We did go with black in there, right? Yes, we did. Okay. that needs to go away. Now I should be able to put everything in here. Now, the only thing I don't like about that I'm going to take that out of there. Let's see, that whole thing feels a little like the tongue's a little too rounded. Did I? That's exactly what I did. Okay. Let's back up the truck here real quick. Put those both back up there, right where they belong. This time we'll make sure it grabs both shapes. Then we can bring it down and actually get it in where it needs to go. All right, so now what I was doing is I had a hold of the wrong colors in the wrong spot. That will help. Okay, and then for this, let me see. Okay, we want this color, and we're going to want it at 75% opacity. There we go. So when the happy little tree is just feeling generally dry about something, this is how the happy little tree is going to talk. Nightwing, how are you? It is good to see you. Welcome in. Make sure there's just enough tongue. Indeed. Indeed. Crap. I forgot about the holiday marketplace. Promise got to be there to get going. All right. Grethor, take care. Hopefully we will see you tonight. If not, we'll see you soon. Damn it, Dave. If you are still out there, welcome in. I just saw you redeem that. I don't know if you chatted with something else earlier or not. But if I missed you, I am very sorry. Oh my gosh. All right, fam. I think we've gone about as far as we are going to be able to go today. Let me see here real quick. I am going to group these together real quick, though. This will be our nonplussed talking, which will actually cover Actually, we'll cover a lot. And we'll be good. Oh, that's right, because I had to do it that way for that one. Non-plus talking, non-plus mouth. All right, we're good to go. Although that's going to be a general, right there, that's going to be a general neutral position right there. Well, Sarge, how do you know it's not just neutral or even? Non-plus doesn't necessarily mean minus. It might just mean even. There's your thinker for a Friday afternoon. All right, fam. Just taking a look, by the way, at what we have coming up. We have ads that are looming again, but it is time for us to call it a day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a look and see who we can go share this love with. Now, fam, while I am looking for a raid target, please do not forget, tonight is member night. Very, very chill night tonight, fam. We're going to hang out in the Discord, in the member chat, and play some golf with your friends. Feel free to jump in and hang out whether you're going to play or not. We'll hang out, we'll chat, we'll have a good time. Please know yours truly is a bit exhausted, but that's okay. This makes for a very chill night. Again, we can get in there, laugh, goof around, just have a good time with each other. It'll be a blast, fam. It will be a blast. In the meantime, let's see who we can go find to go share some love with. Let's see which of our friends are on streaming right now. Maybe we can go stream somebody or go raid somebody we haven't had a chance to go say hello to in a while. Actually, yeah. Fam, you know what? I've never done this before, and I feel like today would be an appropriate day. Fam, today we are going to raid into Bob Ross. Now, here's the thing, fam, all right? We're going to raid into Bob Ross. Don't worry about throwing up a lot of raid calls, things like that, okay? Because generally speaking, a lot of these channels, when people raid into them or otherwise, there isn't a lot of fanfare and all that goes off. I've never raided into Bob Ross before, but with bigger channels, I would expect there to not be a ton of fanfare. But I feel like it would be a nice, appropriate, chill way for us to end the day. So we're going to raid into Bob, and I will get to see you all tonight. Now, fam, don't forget, we will be here on Sunday as well. We'll be continuing to work on the tree and everything around it, including emotes, the new overlays, things like that. We're even going to start to get some alerts in, and that's what we'll work on Sunday. Now, fam, again, don't forget about raid calls, but I have started the raid. Oh, never mind, fam. I clicked the button for the raid, and then the message popped up. Bob Ross does not accept raids. Okay, so be it. It shouldn't even give you them as an option. That would be a constructive criticism, as I would have. You shouldn't even have an option to pick them if they won't accept raids. You know what, fam? I think we will go over it. I'm trying to find. It's been such a nice chill day. We could always go over and say hi to Diana. Oh, she is up. Okay, cool. Fam, we are going to go over and say hello to one of our dear friends who is a Fallout 76 streamer. We're going to go over and say hello to Dianimator, who's playing 76 on Xbox right now. Dianimator, fam, is an absolute sweetheart. Hung out with us tons when we were playing 76, gave us tons of tips, tons of help. Tons. So when we get over there, fam, if you would, please. Let me see if my raid call actually saved when I dropped it in there. Give me 1 second. It did not save properly again. Okay. So fam, bear with me. We're going to fix a couple things here real quick. I hate the fact that this thing doesn't, or this thing didn't save like I wanted it to. Oh, nice, Jared. I'll see you tonight then. I will see you tonight. Okay, really. You know what it is, fam? I'm trying to copy and paste something out of chat. And Twitch chat is popping up so many things in front of my face, I can't even copy and paste it. It's like, okay, I don't need all this stuff. Thank you. I just wanted to put a better raid call in there, fam, because we're going over to Dianimator. So bear with me one moment, loves, if you would. There we go, fam. One of the emotes is missing. I thought I had saved it when I did it the other day. I guess I did not. Fam, if you would please use that raid call I just dropped in chat. That is a fixed and corrected one. Again, we are on our way over to Dianimator. So we will try this again. Now I should be able to set this up properly. There we go. All right, fam. Raid has begun. One more time, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here on a Friday. So much love to all of you. We will be back on Sunday, starting by 2 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to continue to work on this. But until that time comes, please, fam, stay safe, stay healthy, and know that a big, bald, goofy comedic artist loves you dearly from the bottom of his heart. Take care, everybody, and please have an absolutely amazing night. I love all of you.